Maurya sir, I am the student of class 9th. I scored 90% in my examination. I want to complete my civil service examination after my graduation in class 11th. Which stream will help me to crack UPSC examination?
Hello there, nice to see that you are thinking of a great career at such a early age. But my suggestion to you is not to plan for civil services examination but for a career of your choice and of your interest, and then slowly switch over to civil services and become IAS, IRS, IFS or IPS officer. Reason why I am telling you this, that for civil services examination every year roughly 10 lakh candidates appear at prelims at the first examination, out of which roughly 13 to 15,000 are selected for main examination, and then from there roughly 3000 candidates are called for interview, and then out of this, depending upon vacancy, roughly 1000 persons are selected to become the IAS, IPS, IRS or IFS officer. So this becomes almost something close to 0.1%, 1 out of 1000. So if you plan only for civil services examination, you put up your heart, you do your best, and finally if you don't succeed, then you know what type of demotivation or depression you will have it. So never try to do the planning only for civil services examination, because the competition is very tough. 0.1% people only qualify for this examination. Everyone does his best, so you cannot say that I am sure to qualify for it. Don't follow the motivational speaker. They will always try to do the pampering. You will only waste your time, kill your time, and by the time you realize, you become overage. So you cannot do anything. You are not in any profession. So try to get into in proper profession, what you want to become in your life, what profession you want to follow, whether it is a medical profession, you want to become a doctor, you want to become engineer, you want to become accountant, you want to be in the field of arts, economics, public service, etc., etc. And when you go to that stage, get a job, and thereafter you want to switch over to civil services, then options are open for you. You are not in much worry, not in much problem. You are having a proper life, proper earning, and without any tension, you can try and appear for civil services examination. If you go as per the record, previous record, roughly 65% of the candidates who qualify the civil service examination, they are the engineers, and that too mostly from IITs. So they qualify civil service examination not because they are the engineers, but because they are brilliant throughout. So if you are brilliant throughout, you can crack any examination, you can succeed anywhere from any particular field. So see, just look at the eligibility for the civil service examination. This can be any person, male or female, having an age of 21 years minimum, maximum can be 32 years in case of general category candidates, 35 years for OBC and 37 years for SC, ST candidate. Only graduation required, graduation from any stream, and then with any percentage. This is the only competitive examination where the percentage is not mentioned. If you go for IIT JEE, you go for medical NEET, you go for NDA, you go for CD, any examination, always they will mention the minimum percentage should be so much. So here there is no percentage, no stream, and you can be regular students or graduation level, or you can be even the distance education, from the distance education. So no restriction at all. Everybody is free to appear the examination if he is graduate and completed 21 years of age. The selection process for civil services examination, you will just summarize it. It is bit lengthy. It almost spans to roughly more than 1 year. Start with the prelim exams. Prelim exams is basically of MCQs, objective type question. Then people who are selected from there, they go for the mains. Mains is written examination, descriptive type, and from there people who are selected, they go for personality test, that is by interview. So these are the three stages of qualifying and becoming the civil services officer. In the prelims, there are two papers. We call it paper 1, general study 1, GS1, and paper 2 we call it GS2, general study 2. So GS1 and GS2 both are of 2 hours each duration. Both will have 200 marks each, and then in case of wrong answer you get 1/3 mark as minus. So for the correct answer, whatever marks you get it, for the wrong answer you will be getting 1/3 minus out of that one. So the subjects covered in the paper 1 will be history, geography, art, culture, economics, environment, general science, technology, current affairs. So these are the various subjects from where the GS1 will be, question will be coming from. The GS2, the other name for GS2 in prelims is also known as CSAT, that is the Civil Services Aptitude Test. Meaning of aptitude test is, it is what we call it natural ability. It is the something which is inborn inside the person. This cannot be acquired by doing the coaching classes. Like let us say there are 10 students sitting in the classroom, teacher comes, teaches something, out of that one picks up everything and reproduces. So that is the general ability, what we call it natural ability to do something, or we say aptitude. Similarly, there is a let us say instructor who is teaching the dance. So out of 10 students, one boy immediately follows the steps. So what you say, he has got a better aptitude. So that is the natural ability. Similarly, in case of sports, someone picks up very fast, someone picks up slow. So you can only enhance or sharpen the ability by doing the coaching, but you cannot acquire it. So this is something inbuilt property in a person. We call it aptitude, and that is very important. Now this paper 1 and paper 2, if you see paper 2, what we have to do it, only you have to pass it. Pass mark is 33%. If you qualify, if you get 33% in GS2, that is the CSAT, then you are clear, and paper 1 is the one which makes the merit. So paper 1, how many marks you get out of 200 marks, this will decide whether you can go for main exams or not. So main exams, generally the total number of vacancies in particular year multiplied by 13 to 15 times, that is the total number of people who are taken for main exam. So if vacancy is, let us say 1000, then 15 times is 15,000. So only 15,000 candidates will be picked up from the prelims. That is the people who qualify, they are coming in the merit from 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 15,000 from top. They are selected to appear for the main exam. So paper 1 is the one which decides the merit in case of prelims, the candidates who are likely, who can go to the main exam. Then in paper, then coming to the second one, that is the mains. In case of mains exam, people who are selected, they have to appear 9 papers. The 9 papers are not marked 1, 2, 3, 4, but they are marked as the first 2 papers are language papers. We call them paper A and paper B. So paper A is any Indian language from the schedule. You have to opt it depending upon what language you want to appear. So any one language you can opt from your side. And paper B is the English language. So each paper is of 300 marks and duration of examination will be 3 hours each. This is, remember, this is the descriptive, no more objective type question in main exam. Here the pass mark is 25%. So if you get 75 marks in one of the language and 75 marks in English, then you qualify. If you qualify paper A, paper B, then you will find that your other papers will be evaluated. Examination spans over roughly about 4 to 5 days, depending upon the in between holidays are there or not. Roughly 2 examinations per day. So total 9 papers. Out of 9, 2 papers are language paper. After the language, the third paper is known as essay paper. So paper 1 we call it essay paper. This paper is taken for the merit. Paper A, paper B, language paper, not for the merits, they are only for the passing. you qualify 25%, you are cleared, and then the merit will decide from the remaining 7 number of papers. So the third one, what we call it, paper 1, that is the essay, 250 marks. Thereafter, paper 2, 3, 4, 5, we call it GS1, GS2, GS3, GS4, general study 1, 2, 3 and 4. So that becomes 4 plus 1, essay 5 plus 2, language 7. Remaining 2 papers, we call it paper 6, paper 7, that is the optional subjects, optional 1, optional 2. These optional subjects can be selected by the candidates from roughly 25 subjects available to them. So these subjects are like electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, civil engineering, physics, chemistry, maths, biology, zoology, agriculture, accounting, psychology, then public affairs, economy, medical science, history, geography, commerce, management, etc., etc. So out of these, one candidate has to elect only 2 subjects and appear. Remember, this is very elaborate, and here the syllabus will be of graduation level. Your complete thing, whatever you studied, that is the at graduation level, that will be asked in the particular question paper, the optional 1, option 1 and optional 2 paper. We call it paper 6 and paper 7. So each paper is starting from essay and up to this one is of 250 marks. So leave aside the language 2 papers, paper A, paper B, that is you have qualified, then the remaining 7 papers will be evaluated for your merits. So 7 papers, that is the essay, GS1, GS2, GS3, GS4 and finally optional 1, optional 2. These are the 7 papers. Each will be of 250 marks. So 250 marks into 7, that become 1750 marks. So a merit will be made for the interview out of this 1750 marks. So let us say vacancy is 1000. So UPSC will decide 3 times, let us say 3000 persons will be called for the interview. So those 3000 will be the people who have scored maximum marks out of 1750. That is these 7 subjects, excluding language, all remaining 7 subjects, they will be called for the interview. Interview will be for 275 marks. So after whatever marks you get in interview, that also will be added together in 1750. So that become total 2025 marks. So your final merit for the selection will be on the basis of 2025. That is 1750 marks out of the 7 paper you have written it in the mains and 275 marks what you have done in interview. So if you have done very good interview, doesn't mean that you will qualify, because the merit will be, final merit will be based on complete your 7 papers plus interview put together. They will combine together and then declare the merit 1, 2, 3, 4, depending on number of vacancy, so many candidates will be selected. So this is the process, and you have seen that here particular stream does not matter. Remember, when you talk about optional 1 and optional 2, if you see from the record, you will find that even engineers coming from IITs, it's not necessary they will opt only for physics, chemistry or mathematics or electrical engineering or mechanical engineering. They also basically go for the humanity subjects. Humanity subjects means history, geography, sociology, law, psychology, fine arts, economics, etc. So this is not necessary that a person who is engineer, he will only opt for this one. Depends upon his comfort. He has got a freedom to choose any subject. So people who are good, brilliant, they have got no problem, they can select a subject of their own choice and then qualify it. So what we can finally conclude, that select a stream of your choice depending upon what profession you want to be in future. Do not select the stream for purpose of qualifying the civil services examination, because there is no particular subject where one has to specialize. He will have the choice of multiple subjects from where he can select it, and what he will select it depending upon in which subject he feels comfortable. So select a stream in 11th and 12th, that is the subject you choose it, depending upon your interest and your intelligence, what you want to become, and then from there you go take up a job, do graduation. You can also do post graduation if you are very good, and if financial condition permits you, and then try to attempt for civil service examination. If you succeed, that is the best. If you don't succeed, nothing to worry. अमिताभ बच्चन के फादर थे हरिवंश राय बच्चन, वो बोलते थे जो मांगो मिल गया तो अच्छा, नहीं मिला तो और भी अच्छा. So nothing to be worry, but remember you don't just prepare only for civil service examination forgetting everything, because if you don't achieve it, don't get into it, then you are completely obsolete, your age is over, you cannot do anything. So remember, try to plan for a career, not for the civil service examination. Civil services examination should come only as a supplementary once you have joined the job. Never take a break for this particular thing. Some people, what they do the graduation, then take a break. Break means they don't take the job and then start doing the coaching 1 year, 2 year, 3 year. They keep on doing unless they become overage, till the time they become overage. So that is a bad practice. You see from the records of UPSC examination, people who are on top, they are basically the people who are working somewhere. They are the working executives. Even the engineers, IITians, they are the working executives. Sometimes when doctors, MBBS doctors, they are working somewhere in hospital, they try to spare some time and then they qualify the examination. So never take the time only for the doing the coaching for civil service examination. You will just wasting your time. So that's why I say never follow the motivational speaker. They will only kill your time saying that you can achieve it, you can achieve it. If everyone he can do, why can't you do it? So that is practically not possible. So that was the session about the UPSC, that is civil service examination, what stream you should select it. Hope you are now clear with this one. Those who have not subscribed to my channel, I request them to subscribe, and also please pass it to the person, to the students who are in the need of this type of video, who are trying to compete for UPSC examination, civil services examination, and share with other people also. With this, I finish today's topic. See you in next session with a fresh topic. Till then, bye bye.